Alcaraz sweeps past Djokovic to win maiden Australian Open title. Melbourne AFP. Carlos Alcaraz swept past Novak Djokovic to win his first Australian Open on Sunday and become the youngest man to complete a career Grand Slam, denying the Serbian great an unprecedented 25th major. The Spaniard was imperious after a slow start in dismissing the 38-year-old 2-6, 6-2, 6-3, 7-5 on Rod Laver Arena to claim his 7th Slam title and cement himself as undisputed world number 1. In doing so, he became the youngest man in the Open era to win all 4 majors, adding to his 2 titles each from Wimbledon and the French and U.S. Opens. At 22, he surpassed legendary countryman Rafael Nadal in the crowd to witness the feat, who was 2 years older when he did the same. A 7th Slam put him alongside John McEnroe and Mats Wilander, and one behind Andre Agassi, Connors and Ivan Lendl. It's an honor to be here in Melbourne every year, Alcaraz said, before writing on a TV camera lens, "Job finished, for out of 4 complete. So I just want to say thank you very much for pushing me in the tough moments during the matches." He paid tribute to Djokovic. "You were talking about how I'm doing the things I am, but what you're doing is really inspiring, not only for tennis players, but athletes around the world." It was a first defeat for Djokovic in a Melbourne final, having won all 10 previously, leaving him still searching for a landmark 25th major to better Australia's Margaret Court, who was also watching on center court. Djokovic, striving to become the oldest man to lift a Grand Slam singles trophy, last won one at the U.S. Open in 2023. Since then, Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner have shared the spoils. I must be very honest and say that I didn't think I would be standing in the closing ceremony of a Grand Slam again, so I owe you the gratitude of pushing me forward in the last couple weeks, Djokovic said, speaking to the fans in the stadium. He went on to hint this could be his last time at Melbourne Park. God knows what happens tomorrow, let alone in 6 months or 12 months. So it has been a great ride. He also joked with Nadal in the stands, saying, "There are too many Spanish legends. I feel like I was 1 against 2 tonight. It's not fair." Fatigue. Both men battled through 5 long sets in their semifinals. Alcaraz against Alexander Zverev and Djokovic with Sinner, and recovery was always going to be key. But they showed few signs of fatigue in another gladiatorial contest. They both opened with comfortable holds before a double fault, and netted forehand presented the first breakpoint chance for Djokovic at 2-1. Alcaraz saved it, but the aggressive 4th seed kept pressing and converted on his 3rd, then consolidated for a 4-1 lead. Djokovic was reading Alcaraz's serve well, and once he got into rallies was authoritative, with a sensational forehand winner earning him 2 set points. He claimed the set in a statement 33 minutes after a 9th unforced error from the top seed, having dominated the big moments. It was vintage Djokovic, but Alcaraz came storming back, up in the tempo to break for 2-1 in the 2nd set, pumping his fist when he saved a break point and held in the next game. Djokovic put drops in his eyes and began rubbing them, unable to tame a now rampant Alcaraz, who broke again for 5-2. There were some sensational rallies that had the crowd on their feet in set 3, which went with serve until Djokovic slapped a forehand wide, under pressure to slip 2-3 behind. He gamely saved 4 set points at 3-5, but with his energy levels dropping was unable to save a 5th as the Spaniard took control. On the back foot, Djokovic then saved 6 break points in an 11-minute opening service game in set 4 to stay alive and kept fighting hard. But Alcaraz ground him down and pounced as Djokovic served to stay in the match to seal a maiden Australian championship. It ensured he remained world number 1 and Sinner 2, with Djokovic moving up a place to 3 ahead of Zverev.